Veronica. You know that I commandeered a shuttlecraft from the Farragut, and after setting a course down the maw of that planet killer, I locked the autopilot in case I, lost my nerve. 1 minute I was staring into the face of the devil incarnate, and the next I'm flat on the floor of the shuttlecraft, drifting in space. I must have blacked out. The thing was gone. The spaceships were gone. The radio was silent. All I could do was set a course for Earth. But when I got here, I discovered I was stuck in the past. I was in pretty bad shape. That was when Veronica found me and nursed me back to health, as it were. Helped me find my place, make a home here in the 20th century. Well, the 21st now, I guess. How many other men can say that they have seen 3 centuries? I suppose I should apologize to Admiral Leslie for not trying harder to get back where I started. But, well, you have met Veronica. And now it seems the years have finally caught up with me. So, this is my final report. Decker, out.
But this does not explain the tricorder readings.
Veronica, did Matt leave anything else?
You might say that, yes.
Does this explain your tricorder readings?
Yes, Captain. The shuttlecraft which disappeared along with Commodore Decker. If the microtapes are still intact.
Check it out, Spock.
Matt wanted me to give this to you.
Welcome back.
Since you're here, I assume...
Fascinating. Commodore Decker's sensor data would indicate that the weapon's conversion drive emits chronotons.
Chronotons?
A quantum particle of time. Concentrations of chronotons can cause anomalous behavior in a local time flow.
And these Doomsday machines are powered by these chronotons?
No, but it appears that they vent excess energy in the form of chronotons to avoid detection by tactical sensors.
The Klingon Empire studied the use of chronotons. They were highly unstable.
Dr. McGregor, I noticed the Enterprise was mentioned several times throughout your logs.
Oh, yes, Captain. The Enterprise seems to have a knack for being at the center of things.
It's remarkable considering her short tenure.
Enterprise?
Fascinating.
Working.
The Enterprise was the first ship to encounter the planet killers.
Yes, Captain.
And it was destroyed almost immediately.
Also true, Doctor. In your timeline. Not in mine.
Then the Enterprise is the key. Was it not supposed to be there so that its crew would survive?
Or perhaps it is the planet killer, which was in the wrong place.
The wrong time, Mr. Kirk.
Do you mean that thing came from the future?
Yes, Doctor. It arrived in your time, where there was no power great enough to stop it.
And it began burning worlds to fuel its anti-proton engine.
And to build duplicates until dozens prowled the galaxy.
The Doomsday War, which was never supposed to happen.
Mr. Karg, you said chronotons were unstable.
Yes, sir.
Could that be what happened then? When we detonated the constellation, could we somehow have caused a dangerous chronoton burst?
And a smaller reaction from the shuttlecraft could have triggered the chronotons to send Commodore Decker back in time.
Commander Spock, Could we somehow use that to our advantage? Cause a reaction that would send this thing back to its own time?
No, Captain. One starship would not be able to generate a reaction of sufficient magnitude.
Understood. And two?
2 ships would have a better chance.
Jim, what are you thinking? We don't have 2 ships.
Yes, we do, Bones. We have the Enterprise.
The Enterprise is in the past. Time travel, Captain?
We know exactly where and when the Enterprise will encounter the first Doomsday Machine. If we could be there at the same time.
Captain, the slingshot effect is not precise.
We can emerge hours or weeks from our target.
That may not be necessary.
Shuttlecraft McAuliffe, you have been cleared for restricted airspace. Continue on this heading until instructed to land.
Affirmative. McAuliffe out.
If this area wasn't so heavily shielded,
We would have used the transporter.
Where would be the fun in that?
Professor Daniels discovered this about 8 months ago. A natural dam burst downstream and all this was exposed. The Federation pronounced it off limits and suddenly we all had clearance level alpha.
No kidding.
Trying to figure out what it's for.
Colonization, perhaps.
Or invasion.
Or research, or espionage, or purely voyeurism. The why has been our biggest question.
You have studied it, of course.
Not as much as we'd like. To tell you the truth, we're a little afraid of it.
That is wise.
Science analysis.
Well, fascinating, Captain.
Mr. Kirk.
If you intend to use this to take the Farragut back in time,
My primary concern is whether or not it will operate.
once it's got loose and towed into space.
That's my thought, too. But you might have to use your tractor beam to control the...
No, you won't.
Mr. DeSalle?
Well, sir, I think I could fly Farragut straight into this thing.
What? You mean down here?
You have the precise dimensions, right?
Well, of course.
There's got to be less than 100 feet clearance behind there. If we're wrong about the way this thing works...
Yeah, we'll wind up as cave paintings. I know.
Maybe a test using a shuttlecraft?
Kirk here.
Captain, long-range sensors have picked up a Doomsday Machine.
Heading in distance?
Sir, it's on a direct course for Planet Gateway.
Here?
They have been known to track the warp signatures of starships for several hundred light years.
It followed us.
Estimates put it in firing range in 2 hours.
Keep me posted, Lieutenant. Kirk out.
Well, that's that. We don't have time for a test. Mr. DeSalle, a starship is a creature of space. It's not meant to be flown in the atmosphere, and certainly not at the velocities that we're discussing here.
Yes, sir. But I think I can do this.
Kirk to Farragut.
Rand here, Captain.
Lieutenant, notify the hangar deck and prepare the crew for collision.
Sir?
You heard me, Rand.
Captain, I know Chris Pike. He will not be easy to convince.
Commander?
Open your mind, Jim. Our minds are merging. My thoughts to your thoughts. This one memory I share with you.
Tell us. Spock, what are you doing to him?
Thank you. Spock.
Jim, are you okay?
I'm fine, Bones. Fine. But right now, we've got to get Mr. DeSalle back in the driver's seat. Spock, you'll remain here.
Agreed, Captain.
You're not really going to do this.
Well, considering our options, Doctor, we don't have any choice.
Oh, it's insane. We know nothing about this device. I can transmit the specifications from my office, but someone will have to stay to activate it.
I do have some experience in that regard.
All decks, this is the captain speaking. You all know what we're about to do. You're aware of what's at stake. No matter what happens, I want you all to know that there's no other crew I'd rather serve with on any vessel. Kirk out. Status report, Mr. Scott.
Engineer and ready as always, Captain.
DeSalle.
Helm standing by.
Brand.
Navigation ready, sir.
Mr. Card.
Ship systems show green, Captain. Structural and aerodynamic force rates at maximum.
Lieutenant O'Hara.
All decks report ready, sir. Telemetry uplinks established with the Vulcan strike order.
Opinion, Doctor?
I think you're a damn fool. And that guy with the ears is even worse.
I'll take that as a yes, then, Bones. Mr. DeSalle. Red alert. Take us in.
Aye, sir.
Lieutenant Uhura, open a channel to the surface.
Aye, sir.
Commander Spock, our nose is pointed towards the barn. I suggest you open the door.
Very well, Captain.
What are you?
A question.
Gateway, I wish to...
Since before your sun burned out in space, and before your race was born, I have awaited a question.
Range to go, 50 kilometers.
Come on, Spock.
Gateway, I wish to view the history of the planet Earth.
Now, Sam.
Hold your positions, everyone. Lieutenant Uhura, status report.
All decks report ready, Captain. No injuries or casualties, sir.
Mr. Rand.
All astronavigation landmarks confirmed.
We are 14 years in the past, Captain. The year 2254.
Well done, Mr. DeSalle. Well done.
Sir.
The Enterprise.
Scanning. Confirmed. Registry NCC 1701. Constitution class.
And in a hurry to get wherever it's going.
Hail them, Lieutenant.
Hailing frequencies open.
This is Captain James T. Kirk of the U.S.S. Farragut, calling the Enterprise.
This is the U.S.S. Enterprise, Captain Christopher Pike commanding. And Steve Garevic is captain of the Farragut. So who the devil are you?
That's going to be somewhat difficult to explain.